Hello, and welcome to College Bettas. Today we'll be talking about all the different foods I have and the good and bad things about each of them. Every month I get a My Aquarium box, which usually comes with some sort of food, so I have a ton of food stocked up. So hopefully this will not get too long. I have divided up the food into 5 sections. Foods marketed for betas, frozen foods, bottom feeder foods, fry foods, and tropical foods. The most common diet of betas is food made specifically for them. The 3 beta foods that I have are Omega-1's Beta Buffet Pellets, Aquion's Beta Treats, and Ocean Nutrition's Addison's Beta Pro. I used to use the Beta Buffet Pellets for every meal, but I've now switched to other foods. The first 3 ingredients are salmon, whole herring, and wheat flour. Although wheat flour is not very good, this product is not too bad. The pellets are a little big for smaller betas, but okay for full-grown adults. Aquion's Beta Treats are freeze-dried bloodworms. Feeding freeze-dried foods is a little controversial because they can cause bloating if fed too often, but as an occasional treat they are okay to feed. It is recommended to soak them in water prior to feeding. Addison's Beta Pro is one of the foods I typically feed because it is so small, which means that Hank can eat it without me having to crush it. This food is very limited ingredients and only contains pure brine shrimp, embryos, wheat flour, vitamins, and preservatives. Although it is not the best food, it is easier to feed than most of my other foods. I have used 2 different frozen foods, frozen bloodworms and Dr. Tim's Aquatics Beneficial Fish Food. I like using bloodworms, but you have to thaw and separate them and refreeze what is unused. The beneficial food seems good, but none of my fish liked it because they didn't realize that it was food. It is a make-your-own fish food, and it comes with a tray so that you can mix it and freeze it. I do also have the spirulina mix-in, and I also have the freeze-dried river shrimp. I do want to try using it again, but I had to throw out my first batch when I came home for Christmas. I do not currently use any of frozen foods because it does take time to split up every day, and since I move every couple months, it's just too expensive since I have to buy a new package every time. Since I do have a variety of snails, I do feed algae wafers every few days. I use both Omega-1's Veggie Rounds and Hikari's Mini Wafers. The first 3 ingredients of the Omega-1 food are whole kelp, spirulina, and whole salmon. It's a very good algae food, and the wafers are a little bit bigger than the Hikari ones, because the Hikari ones are mini algae wafers. I do feed the Hikari more often because I open the sample pack, but I plan on using Omega-1 once I finish the sample. As for fry foods, there is a food specifically for fry and fish flakes. I have Hikari's First Bites, San Francisco Bay brine shrimp eggs, Your Fish Stuff tropical flakes, and Sarah Vipin family flakes. I got the Hikari First Bites for Squirt soon after getting her to see if it would be easier for her to eat. I ended up only using it once because it was just too small for Squirt to realize it was food. The first 3 ingredients are fish meal, wheat flour, krill meal, and I have not used brine shrimp yet, but I am sure I will in the future. The 2 different types of flakes that I have never used, but I did use the Omega-1 flakes crushed up for Hank when I got him. The first 3 ingredients for the Your Fish Stuff flakes are salmon meal, oat, and wheat flour, so it is not a very high quality food. As for the rest of my foods, I have 2 foods from AgCore, 2 foods from Ken's Tropical, and a couple sample foods. AgCore's 2 foods are made primarily from spirulina, which is a type of high protein algae. The protein sticks are made of fish meal, spirulina, kelp, green pea powder, and krill. The crisp, thick flakes are made of Antarctic krill, farm fresh spirulina, and garlic. The 2 foods from Ken's Tropicals that I have are the green granules and the krill pellets. The green granules are made from fish meal, fish oil, and the crustacean meal. I have not started using these pellets at all, but I plan to in the future. The krill pellets are the last food that I usually use. They are made of fish meal, krill meal, and fish oil. These pellets are too big for Hank, but the other three can eat them without me crushing them. There are also usually sample sizes in the My Aquarium boxes. I currently just have the Hikari's micro pellets and Pastine's PE freshwater pellets. I have not used either one yet. The Hikari pellets are made of fish meal, krill meal, and soybean meal, and the Pastine pellets are made of Mysis diluviana, deboned white fish meal, and wheat flour. So that's my extensive collection of fish foods. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join us next week for a look into the April My Aquarium box to see what food I will get this month.